If you have ever stared at the unit circle and thought, why are there so many numbers? This video is for you. By the end, you won't memorize the unit circle, you will understand it, and you'll be able to rebuild it from scratch in minutes. Let's go. A unit circle is simply a circle with radius 1, centered at the origin, the point 0, 0. That is the word unit. That's it. The word unit means 1. So what we have is s squared plus y squared equal to 1. This is a unit circle. Now, here's the magic. Pick any point on the circle and draw a radius out of it. For example, I can draw a radius from the center of the circle to this point. This is our radius. That radius makes an angle theta with the positive x-axis. The point where it lands has coordinates, and this is the whole secret of trigonometry. So the coordinate at this point is xy. And xy, the x coordinate is the cosine theta, while the y coordinate is the sine theta. That is why the diagram you are looking at matters. Cosine is just how far across you are, while sine is how far up you are. Let's prove it. If we have a line, a radius from the center to any point on the circle, and if we decide to drop a vertical line from this point, take it down to the x-axis, what we have is a right angle inside the circle. The hypotenuse is our radius, so this is our hypotenuse, which is the radius. The length is 1. The base is the horizontal distance. The height is the vertical distance. So from these, we can find our cos and sine using our SOHCAHTOA. Now, this is our x-axis, and this is our y-axis. Now, to find the cos theta of this circle, cos is adjacent over hypotenuse. So from our circle, the adjacent is x, so it's x over hypotenuse is r is 1. So therefore we have x over 1 is x. So to find the sine theta, sine is opposite over h is hypotenuse. So the opposites from our diagram is y. Y over hypotenuse is 1. So that gives us what? Y over 1 is y. Because the hypotenuse is 1, the fraction will vanish. So basically we have cosine literally equals the x coordinates. Sine literally equals the y coordinates. The unit circle turns trig ratios into pure coordinates. That is why we have x, y, same as cos theta and sine theta. So from these calculations, we can prove that the s coordinates is cosine, while the y coordinate is sine theta. Now, let me show you the 4 key angles that you must lock in. Now, from this circle, we have 4 main angles. Right here is our angle 0. This is our angle 90. This right here is angle 180. And this right here is angle 270. These are your 4 anchors, and you can read them straight off the diagram with zero memorization. Now, from these major four angles, we can write out the coordinate at S and Y. Remember that each of these coordinates is an angle. SY, here we have XY coordinates. This is our XY coordinates. And right here we have our XY coordinates. Now, to know the coordinates at S and Y for each angle, we can start with 0. When angle is 0, so cos of 0 and sine of 0. Cos 0 will give us 1, while sine 0 will give us 0. So at angle 0, the coordinates are 1 and 0. At 90, we have cos 90 and sine 90. Cos 90 is 0 and sine 90 is 1. So it means that at 90, the coordinates are 0 and 1. At 180, we have cos 180 and sine 180. Cos 180 is minus 1 and sine 180 is 0. So at angle 180, the coordinates are minus 1 and 0. Next, at 270 degrees, we have cos 270 and sine 270. Cos 270 will give us 0, while sine 270 will give us negative 1. So at 270, the coordinate we have is 0 and minus 1. So I want us to see the pattern. Cosine reads across value, sine reads the up value. I repeat that. Cosine reads the across value, while sine reads the up value. You never memorize a thing. You just look at the picture. Now let's look at the special angles. Angles 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and 60 degrees. There's one trick that unlocks all of them. I call it the 1, 2, 3 and rule. Now, for sine of these angles, we write them as the square root of 1, 2, 3, all over 2. For example, sine 30 will be root 1 over 2. Sine 45 will give us root 2 over 2. And sine 60 will give us root 3 over 2. 1, 2, 3 under the root sign. That is the old pattern for sine. And for cosine, we run it backwards. So for cosine, it is 3, 2, 1. So let's go. So therefore, cos 30 degree will be root 3 over 2. Cos 45 degrees will be root 2 over 2. And cos 60 degrees will be root 1 over 2. So sine climbs up, cosine slides down. Now, one more thing. The circle is divided into 4 quadrants. Here is the first quadrant. Here is our second quadrant. This is our third quadrant. And this is our fourth quadrant. Now, as you move into different quadrants, the sine and cosine turn negative. The rule we use to remember the signs is ASTC, where A stands for all, S stands for student, T stands for take, and C stands for calculus. So this is the short form to remember this abbreviation, ASTC. So the A means that in quadrant 1, from 0 to 90, all are positive. So it means that sine and cosine are positive in quadrant 1. The S is for quadrant 2. It states that from 90 to 180, only sine is positive. Sine is positive only. The T is for the third quadrant, is from 180 to 270. It says that tan is positive only, while the C, which is quadrant 4, is from 270 to 360. It says that only cosine is positive. So sine is positive on top half of the circle. That is the y value being up. Cosine is positive on the right half. That is the S value being to the right. The picture tells you the sign every time. This is Basic 2 Tech. Follow for more.